All right, this should be starting right now. I'm just realizing the theme is dark. I don't know if people like dark. Let's go with a lighter. Oh, so bright. Light. Default. Quiet light. What looks better on screen? I guess light. Default. Maybe looks better on screen. We'll go with Adam one. I don't know. I think the light themes look better on video than the dark themes, so I'll switch it up here. So, okay. Welcome back to part 3 of building an app from scratch using the ArcGIS API for JavaScript. I know it's been a couple weeks, but we had the holidays and stuff has come up. The ArcGIS API for JavaScript 4.22 release is like right around the corner, like literally like tomorrow, and there was a lot of work leading up to it. And I'm sorry, I've been busy. I haven't had a chance to get to this, but I have been kind of working on some stuff on the side with it, tweaking some things. So last we left off, I had it so that I could now display my local coffee shops here on the list, right? So I think that worked out pretty well. So, okay, I'm pretty happy with this. I don't know if I'm going to keep the search widget here. CSS, I'm not going to worry too much about in this series, to be honest with you, because I think it's going to take me more work than it's worth it on screen to do it, to kind of figure out how to make this like a search bar for the search widget sticky at the top, like a sticky header, and make this like its own scrollable thing. I got to figure that stuff out. It's just, it would be just like an hour of me scouring CSS stuff and figuring it out. I don't think anybody really cares about seeing that stuff. So we're going to go ahead and just ignore some of that. I do want to do some stuff now. So at this point, now we're doing this, and we're using this locate helper here to get the geolocation, right? I got places here, which is using the address to locations. One thing I'm not doing though is I need to go ahead and get my API key now, because now I am using locator services from the ArcGIS platform, so I need an API key and set that up. So if you don't have an account yet, a free developer account, go sign up, get your free developer account. I think you can even do it via Google, GitHub, Facebook, Apple, right? Or just sign up with email. I'm not going to do it right now because honestly, I have about 20 something, almost 30 ArcGIS accounts I've accumulated over the past 20 years. So I am not going to create a new account. I am going to go and sign in with my default account here. Right. And when I do that, you get a dashboard that looks like this, and you have API keys. So by default, you get an API key ready to go. I think it's just there as soon as you set up your account. If it's not, you can go ahead and add an API key by going to manage all API keys and create a new API key. And when you do that, you can tell it what kind of services you want to use it for. You want it for base maps, geocoding, routing, or service area, which is another kind of like routing kind of thing you can do. You can find service area between locations, or you can just limit it to just, you can have, so you could literally have an API key for geocoding, an API key for base maps, an API key for routing, and set them all up individually. I'm not going to do that. So I'm just going to use my default API key and set that up in here. So my recommendation to you is to have an API key that you use for development purposes and an API key that you use for production, and set them up as environment variables, right? And if you use a service like Netlify or Vercel, you can even have your production API key on there, have it consumed inside of your application when it does a build for you. And I think that works with Vite too. Haven't tried it with Vite on one of those services yet, but my instincts tell me it should work. So Vite, if I come over here, I got so many. Okay. Where am I? Okay, environment variables in Vite, right? So Vite is going to use the import meta, which is kind of like in ES modules. Import.meta is just kind of like this global object you can just kind of dump things onto when you want to work with global stuff. But yeah, it's going to be in there, right? So, but what's cool with Vite is the fact that it is going to have these an environment variable that's used for all cases, or one that's used in local, right? And it's ignored by Git, which is what I'm going to do. And you set different modes, right? And then run it with your modes here. And there's like a way to like do this env.production. So when you do a vite build, you pass it the mode, and it's going to understand what's going on. So I think this should understand production here when I do it, right? So, okay. We're just going to create a .env.local and put it in there. So, okay, let's come over here. And this needs to be at the root. So, .env.local. My audio's on, yeah. Just making sure my audio's on. Okay, now here's where, and this has jacked me up in the past, right? So if you come down here, you notice how I don't know why this DB password works. This might work in a different. Okay, here we go. So I think this is an issue with the doc, because I glance. I don't read every word and paragraph of doc, and that's my fault. Pepcat, user error. Problem exists between keyboard and computer. So what it's telling you here is that only the vite sum key will be exposed on the import meta to your client's source code, but DB password will not. You have to append whatever you want vite to recognize with the vite underscore, like here. Right? I didn't understand. I didn't read this fully the first time. I was copying this and testing it out, going, why doesn't this work? Why am my environment variables not showing up? Because I wasn't putting that vite thing in there. So I'm gonna say vite underscore API key is equal to, and then there's my key, right? And then now what I can do is that I'll do it in the I guess I can do it in the app that view over here. I can go ahead and say that I'm going to import the, I got really close there. Oh, sorry. Config from ArcGIS core config. And then before I do anything here, I'm going to say config.api key is equal to import dot meta dot vite API key. Now this is kind of weird. The typing should allow this to do whatever it is. So what are my typings here? Yeah, vite client should be referencing that. Import meta dot. Am I doing something wrong? So .env API key. Yeah, and I just have to tell this as string. All right, like so. There we go. That's gonna work now. So if I come over here, where's this? Double check this variables again. So yeah, I can go ahead and use this as, yeah, the environment. I need to reference env. So okay, so this should now work. So if I open this up, let's go ahead and look at the network traffic here. Let's look at the locate find address. Here we go. And if I look at this here, we have the headers. I mean, it should be sending my API key, I thought, with this. Maybe it doesn't. That's weird. Okay, let's refresh. I thought it would. Maybe not. Maybe it doesn't need it for this. So, okay, I guess not. That's fine. But you should add it anyway, because it'll be used by some other stuff inside the API. Or maybe I need to use, so if I come over here, API keys, let's come down, locations, services. I think there's a certain URL I'm supposed to be used here. Geocoding service. There we go. That URL. So now I need to come my app over here. Where's my places at here? Let's do this. Oh, I have a config file to set up here. So, okay, let's do this. Export const geo code URL is going to be equal to, and paste that. Yeah, so cross my fingers here. This is going to work. Making me sign in. Why? I set up an API key. Does it not like my API key? Oh no, this is a pain in the ass if this isn't working. API key. Okay, let me do this. Maybe this isn't .env.local, right? Yeah. Console.log config.api key. All right, let's go over here. Console. Undefined. That's weird. Okay. Running again. There, now it's set up. Yeah. Okay, I guess I don't think I restarted the dev server when I did that. So okay, so there, yeah, there's our API key. The API key is should now be getting sent to that, right? So if I come over here, network, traffic, find address, yeah, it's sending my my token there. So it's my API key. It's just a token. So now if I come over here, I think if I just come over here now, and let's do this. It's places? Yeah, it was places. Oh, the config file, that's right. I'm already getting lost. Just getting started, I'm already getting lost. So if I do this, I should still send the token with it. And yeah. Okay, we're good, we're good. All right, not a problem. So I'll stick with what the doc says to use, and use this one here, based what's on this this documentation here. All right. Notice I'm not reading all the doc word for word. I'm glancing because you know what? I don't got time for that nonsense. I just need information. Get to it. So okay, so we've got this now. We've got our API key. We've got our app running. We are all dandy. What we need to do. I've made some other adjustments to this app since last time I saw you. I actually moved some stuff into a footer now, which you can't see because it's just so much stuff. Elements here, and I need to figure out that CSS up top. I have a home element now. Well, I had the home before, but I've kind of simplified it. So I've got my search here. I have this container here, card container. I wonder if I did this. So the card container has a height of, let's say, 500 pixels. And yeah, it doesn't care. It's still going to overflow that bit there. All right. So again, I gotta figure out the CSS, figure out why it does what it does, because I don't know. So okay, well, like I said, I don't want to spend an hour of my time on that. But I did move some stuff into this nearby list here, right? So come to the app. I have a home and a footer now. The footer is this stuff. These buttons at the bottom, which I may or may not use at this point. I have my home, my footer. I am passing my items here. So, and I figured some stuff out too. I need to do the whole as item props for these items here. So this is a data on this component, the view component, because I'm going to be modifying this data in place. I'm actually going to be changing, updating that state. I don't need to go and look at that response. Just leave that alone. And the nearby list looks pretty much like what we had before. I'm just going to go ahead and use nearby card and create this calcite list, blah, 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 and do all that cool stuff. So now what I want to do is I want to make it so if I click on one of these, that I can get that feature as a graphic of some sort and display a map. So I'm going to have a click event on the card. And let's do it like this. Here's my defined components. I think I need methods here. Right? Is it return? No. So, okay, it is like this. Methods, And first method, on click handler, like so. All right, this is going to take, I don't know if I really care about the event itself. I want, so, okay, so right now I'm just getting the distance, bearing, name, and so on and so forth. I need the geometry. I need the lat and long for this. So let's modify what I'm expecting to get in the nearby cards. So my list. Okay, so let's come back to the app here. Okay, so I am going through these elements here. So let me, I do want to look at the response. Okay. So console.log response. Let's check it out. Okay, here we go. So each of these has an address, attributes, and a location. Okay, I want that location. So we're going to say location is equal to a dot location. And since this is going to be the item prop stuff here, I want to modify this interface for item props, which I've moved over here. And we're going to say that the location is going to be, now I don't want to go through the trouble of docking it, or not docking, typing it. But I mean, it's just latitude, longitude, so I guess that's not so bad. It's got attributes. I have an extent. I don't think I need the extent, but the location has a latitude, longitude, so I'm going to type that. What am I talking about here? So latitude is a number. Longitude number. All right. Okay. All right. So we got location, latitude, longitude, and because I'm not going to, well, I guess I'm not going to use it everywhere. I'll make that optional. Okay. So there we go. So I got my location in here, and I'm going to return those items. So now when I go to the list here, I also need to update this and take the location out and then pass that as well. Oh, come on. So location is equal to location. Boom. There we go. All right, so when I click on the card, I want to go ahead and do something with that. So I'm going to say that, props here. Location is just an object. Yeah, we'll just say that as any. Yeah, I could, I don't know what to do here. Okay. I know what to do. Let's come back over to interfaces here. I have something very similar. What places? So I have a lat long. Okay, let's move this. I'm going to move this. Move it over to interfaces, like so. Now I can go ahead and say that this is going to be, I knew I had this somewhere. Lat long, right?